Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. And today we are with the Ultimate Racing League for the Sunday Championship, and this is round 8. And as you can see, we have flown from the great place of Monza, Italy, we've flown all the way to Belgium for the Spa Grand Prix. The very famous Spa 24-hour track, which is a very different layout to the Spa. There's obviously, the only difference in Spa and Spa 24 is a pit box. In the Spa 24, the pit box is blooming like 20 or 30 seconds longer. It's a lot longer than that. Anyway, so this is round 8. Just a little bit of information about the track. It is 4.3 miles long. It is obviously a real-world circuit, and it is 19 turns. And let's go to the grid. So anyway, they all went out and did their 10-minute quali in their 4C Alphas. And Mini gets pole. He's carrying on his good fortune after his race win at Monza. So he's race win Monza and then pole at Spa. So he's on a bit of a roll at the moment. Keyboard is there in second. Fazzy third. Fourth is Aid. Fifth is Ginger. Sixth is Nudie. Seventh is All Saint-like. 8th is DB. Now this is a new guy. He's recently joined them because obviously there are a few guys dropped out, but there's Tiddy Minx. I think this is his first race. So welcome to him into the Madhouse. And Colesberg in 10th and Pablo Jr. in 11th. Now, obviously, in this race, they do have, with tyre rules, they do have to use all 3 tyre compounds for a minimum of 3 laps. And obviously, after that, once they've used all the tyres, they can use any tyres after that. This is probably going to be, going off what it was for the GR3s, this is going to be at least a 2-stop, maybe a 3 if they have, depending on fuel and how they go about using their tyres. But I'm expecting it mainly just to be a 2-stop, but it could be a 3. We'll just have to wait and see. So anyway, let's get these guys going. This is 19 laps, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get ready to rumble. And go, go, go. Okay, on the rolling start, Mini's taking them down to the start line, waiting for the klaxon to go out. And it's now out, and they are full pelt down to Eau Rouge. And then they'll be coming onto the ML Straight. Hopefully they get all through without an issue and no penalties, because Spa is illustrious for penalties on here. Doesn't look like Pablo got the greatest start. Let's just have a look and see what happened to Pablo. Oh, yeah. I think he completely forgot to turn there. But anyway, as they come down to the first chicane, the Les Coombs with Min in lead, but he has got the keyboard all over his rear bumper looking to take lead, but no, Aid's been able to go up the inside of keyboard, so Aid's up to second now with keyboard down to third. As they come down towards Rivage, and then they'll be coming into turn 9, which has no name, and then they carry on down towards Pouton or something like that. So you have got the names at every single corner on this track. I can't pronounce them all, unfortunately. But anyway, with Mini leading on lap 1, and 8 is all over his rear bumper with Keyboard all over his rear bumper. Oh, looks like it's gone up in the inside. Taken the first place from Mini. Keyboard's gone for a sneaky look to see if he could get past as well, but he was unable to. Now the Ginger Ninja is there in 4th. He's got ahead of Fazzy. Fazzy's all over Ginger's rear bumper at the moment. It's all happening in the first lap. Looks like Fazzy's eyeing up a move. Is he going to make it? Fazzy will be on the inside as they come round this corner. As they come to the bus stop for the first time, with Fazzy is just in the lead there. Ooh, Mini got that one a bit wrong. Slow down a bit sooner. So it is all happening here on the first lap. And there's 19 minutes, 19 laps, 18 laps still to go with Fazzy there 4th, Nudie getting up to 5th as they come around the source for the second time. And then Nudie and the Ginger Ninja are battling it out for that 6th place. But they do have the Usain like right behind them in 7th. Trying to catch them. And then there's Tiddy Milk there in 8th, going through this El Rouge, Colesberg there in 9th place, with DB there in 10th place. And Pablo there, he's dropped off a little bit. Has he had an issue somewhere? Maybe he hasn't. I thought maybe he'd had an issue, but he just hasn't. He's just struggling a bit around this corner. So as they now has the lead, with Keyboard up to 2nd and Mini down to 3rd. So he's lost a few places there. Okay, I missed it. So Keyboard went for the move just before the bus stop, and he managed to pull it off. Fazzy's got up the inside. Okay, that's where he got the move. That's where he got the move done. So anyway, like I say, so Aid now has the lead with Keyboard up to 2nd. Mini is there in 3rd. He's dropped off a little bit from Keyboard. Them two are sort of on their merry way. But let's just go and have a look at what tyres everyone is on at the moment. So Aid is on the softs, Keyboard's on the soft, Mini's on the hards, Fazzy's on the softs, Nudie's on the hards, Ginger Ninja is on the mediums, Saint is on the softs, Teddy Mink is on the softs, Colesberg is on the softs, DB is on the hards, and Pablo there is on the softs. So it's a bit of a variety here, but obviously with Aid and Keyboard being on softs, they're just running away at the moment. With Mini being on hards, he's there, he's doing a good job holding everyone else up behind him, but they are all gunning to get past him somehow, with Fazzy all over Mini's rear bumper looking to take that 3rd position off of him. This is going to be Mini's, Fazzy's opportunity. Yes, it is Fazzy's opportunity to go past. Looks like there's been, oh, he didn't. It looked like he nearly went, but he managed to save it. But Mini's got packed past Fazzy now. As they come down towards the bus stop, Fazzy's going to try and go on the outside around these few turns. Side by side through this, Fazzy's now on the inside. Still side by side as they race down towards La Source. So there is some great racing here. with Nudie there. He's right behind them as well. And so is Tiddy Milk as well. Looks like Tiddy Milk's trying to go for a move on Nudie here, but he's unable to. But all this racing is all fast and furious. It looks like Tiddy Milk has, I think that's how you pronounce it, Tiddy Milk, I'm not sure, so if I pronouncing it wrong, I do apologise. You got Mr. Saint there in 7th, he's trying to go for a move on Tiddy Milk here, there is 7th. They are unable to at the moment. Carlsberg there in 8th. Ginger Ninja there, he's dropped down to 9th now. DB there in 10th, he's dropped off a little bit unfortunately. And Pablo there, Pablo hasn't really had a great start to this race, even though he is on the soft tyres. And I would expect him to be further up than that, but he's just not having a great race at the moment. I thought great start to this, unfortunately. But anyway, we are only on lap 3. There are plenty of laps to go. With Keyboard still leading, Aid there in 2nd still. Mini still holding somehow, fantastically. Mini still holding on to 3rd, even though he's on the hards. And Fazzy right behind him is on the softs. Tiddy Milk's now serving his penalty. That's going to leave Nudie to take 5th place. And will Tiddy Milk lose another place to the same? Yes, he does. So Tiddy Milk's dropped down to 7th now as they come in towards the bus stop once again. Doing it side by side, some great racing here by the guys. So the first 2 guys to take to the pits are Mini from 3rd place and Nudie from 5th place, I think it was. So they've decided to get rid of the hard tyres early. Whether that's going to pay off for them come the end of the race, we do not know, but they have both got exactly the same amount of fuel. So if Mini going into and Nudie going to pits, that's allowed now. Fuzzy is now up to 3rd place. Tiddy Minx is there in 4th. Ginger Ninja's there in 5th, with All Saint Like in 6th. And Carlsberg there in 7th. And it is only lap 4. There is a long way to go, ladies and gentlemen, as they come down towards Rivage. Through Rivage once again, which is turn 8 into turn 9, which has no name, and it actually has no name. This corner they're just going through now. Tiddy Mink there in 4th. So there's a bit of a gap to Fazzy's got a bit of a gap to Tiddy Milk there. So Tiddy Milk is going to be driving those wheels off of that car to try and close that gap. At the moment, their times, Fazzy's fastest lap is a 35.8, and so his previous lap was a 36.1. Tiddy Milk's fastest is a 32.41. With his previous lap being a 37.3. So Fazzy is going, he is at the moment driving quicker than Tiddy Milk. Saint's fastest lap is a 2:36.2. Ginger's is a 2:36.2 as well. Carlsberg's is a 2:34. DB's is a 2:37. Pablo's is a 2:37. Nudie, obviously his fastest is a 2:35.9. And Mini is a 2:36.8. 2:36.7. But obviously he's been at heels and a half, so Nudie managed to get out of the pits in front of Mini, and he's come out on the mediums. He started on the half, so now he's decided to go to the mediums, where Mini started on the halves, and he's now gone on to the softs. But he's also now just picked up a half-second penalty, but he's all over Nudie's rear bumper. How long is Nudie going to be to calm the beast of Mini down? And so, Nudie gets that corner, that bus stop completely wrong. That gives Mini the easy opportunity to take that position. But they are still side by side, so Mini hasn't taken the position completely. So Nudie kind of got away with that one. Completely got away with it, but they are still side by side. Mini's still trying to get that position from Nudie. So now they are 9th and 10th as DB is in the pits on his way out. I'm not sure what tyre he's going to be going on. He is starting the hards, so he comes out on the softs as well. So they are still side by side here. Mini is trying his best to get that position off of Nudie. As they come into Les Combs once again. And we are more or less well, Mini is just behind Nudie, but he is trying his damnedest to get past. Anyway, let's go up, see how they are doing at how Keyboard is doing at the front. He's on lap 5, and his tyre wear is actually still quite good. He hasn't used much tyre wear, which is actually quite good. With the GR3s, the tyre wear was for the softs. So I got 6, maybe 7 laps out of the softs. So Keyboard is doing quite well on the softs at the moment. Not as he's probably going to go quite far on them softs as it stands. Keyboard also has the fastest lap currently. Aid has just come out of a Rouge. He is now on the Kemmel straight. Trying to chase Keyboard down. Keyboard's previous lap was a 2:32.4. Aids was a 2:36.4. So 2 seconds slower than Keyboard. So Keyboard at the moment is just running away with this race at the moment. I think he wants to get as far as he can on those softs before the Mini comes back into play on his soft tyres. And you got the Fuzzy there, still in 3rd place. Tilly Minx goes out very wide there. He could pick up another half-second penalty there to make it 1 second. Will he pick up? He does pick up another. He does pick up, and he goes out he's going out very wide, so he could pick up another half-second penalty as well if he's not careful. This track is illustrious for the penalties. So Kitty Milk is now going to serve his penalties. That's going to give Fuzzy the breathing room. And Tiddy Milk is far enough to Saint to not have to worry about losing that position, because he will be back up to full speed before Saint gets anywhere near him. The Saint obviously there is in 5th. He's being chased by Colesberg. Let's have a look at their lap times. So Saint's last lap was a 2:36.4. Colesberg was a 2:34.0. So Saint is at the moment driving 2 seconds quicker. So Tiddy Milk has gone into the pits really early on those soft tyres. I would have with the tyre tread on that and the amount of fuel, I would have stayed out as long as possible. But anyway, never mind. So now Saint is up to 4th with Colesberg up to 5th. And here's the yellow flag. What's happened? Okay, there was a yellow flag. Thought something happened, maybe. Oh, Aid! What's happened to Aid? Oh, Aid's coming down towards the Ede Rouge. Comes through it. Looks like he might have got off course coming out of the corner on the right. That's that's a weird place to go off, but let's just do that. But let's just do that in slow motion. As it hits the curb, so I think maybe that curb unsettled the car a little bit. And as he's tried to correct it, he's hit the other curb and it's just gone, nope, I'm gonna throw you off into the wall. And it all says, hello Aid, nice to meet you. Boom. Anyway, enough of that. Yeah, so with Aid spinning out, that's allowed Fuzzy to now jump up to 2nd spot. But how many places is he going to lose? Well, he's got All Saint like coming down towards him, and All Saint does take 3rd position off of him. Will Aid drop down another position, or will he keep that position? He does have... Oh no, he has no damage now, so that's okay. But now obviously he's dropped down to 4th now, so he's lost a couple of positions, unfortunately. Colesberg there in 5th. Ginger Ninja there in 6th. And then there's a big gap to Tiddy Milk, who's just coming out of the pits now. Oh, he gets that all wrong. This is guaranteed to pick him up. 3-second penalty. Oh, no, he doesn't. But anyway, so that allows Nudie to get up to 7th. Pablo's now up to 8th. What's happened to Minnie? We've obviously missed that one. Oh! Okay, he's coming through this bit. Coming through Pluton. And he's gone. Hit the curb. And the curb has said, no thank you. He's trying to save it, but he's going going bye-bye, and he's now going to go and visit the wall. And gives it a bit of a spinsy-winsy as well. So now he's got to get it going. Now that is really unfortunate for a minute with that half-second penalty. So let's get back to where we were now. And yeah, this is basically where we were. So anyway, Keyboard is there, well ahead at the moment. Goes out a bit wide there. He's not going to do a mini, is he? No, he doesn't. He survives. Fazzy there in second, trying to chase Keyboard down, but with the times Keyboard is doing at the moment, nobody is going to catch him because Fazzy is only doing 33s, 34s. Keyboard is doing 32s. At the moment, he's like driving like a second quicker. And I think he'll be Keyboard at the moment. He will be with, I think, Mini is his main rival this season. At the main rival for really, I'm not sure what their points are, but I think he'll be smiling with Mini's crash out, because that will help Keyboard. Anyway, Fazzy is there in second, Aid there in third now, with Carlsberg chasing them down in fourth. The Ginger Ninja there is in fifth. The Saints had some misfortune as well. Oh! Coming around. That is coming round off Campus curb. He's now going, he's just gone over curve pull from me. Tries to save it, and then he goes to visit the wall in slow motion once again. And he says hello. And gives it a bit of a spin back. Now he's got to get it going. He's got to have that damage. But he has dropped down to 6th now, unfortunately. But anyway, we are lap 7. Keyboard has now just started lap 8. We are not even halfway yet. Fazzy is now decided to take to the pits on lap 7, at the end of lap 7. That is going to mean Aid will take up second position now, with Carlsberg there in 4th, and then Ginger Ninja there in 5th. Well, 8th second, Carlsberg 3rd, and the Ginger Ninja in 4th. Let's go on board with the Ginger Ninja as they come down the hill towards their Rouge for the 8th time. As they come out of that, and now he's going to go onto the ML straight. And you obviously can see Carlsberg just in front of him, and he can't see the Saint anywhere near him, so Saint is quite far back. But Ginger Ninja should be able to use the slipstream a little bit here. He's up on his time as he now comes through Lescombe's corners. Looks like he gets through them corners a little bit quicker than Carlsberg does. Now they're going through, he's going through the Rivage. They're coming through obviously come through Pluton. They're gonna go in. He's gonna go through Fagnus now. Through turn 13 into Campus. Now it's Campus he's gonna go through. With Carlsberg's left in for dead now. Now through the curve pull from A now into Bielsa Chamak. I can't really pronounce that next corner. Can't really pronounce it. So he's going to call it BC, as I can't really pronounce it. So Aid and Carlsberg have really started to get distance. So he now comes to the bus stop once again. Oh no, he is going into the pits. Let's leave. Let's just watch as he goes towards the pits. So anyway, that will give Aid and Carlsberg a bit of breather from Ginger, but Aid is not getting any breathing room from the Carlsberg. As they come down towards this Ede Rouge once again. And Carlsberg is well and truly in Aid's slipstream here. Is Carlsberg going to go for a move? I think he's going to try it. They are sort of side by side, but Carlsberg is just behind. All Carlsberg has to really do is stay behind Aid until he has to serve his penalty, and then he will get up to second anyway. Oh, Carlsberg went out very wide there. Possibly, definitely will be picking up a half-second penalty, and he does pick up a penalty. So now Aid will be smiling to the gods, saying, "Thank you for doing that. That means you're not going to get past me just yet." As they come through these corners once again. Yeah, once they hit the penalty line, they will decelerate, and then they'll have to re-accelerate again. They don't lose much speed, they lose a bit of momentum but not much speed. But with that being said, with them both having a penalty, it hasn't made no difference. Carlsberg is back, straight back into Aid's slipstream, looking for a move. I don't think he's going to be silly enough to try and make a move on. Oh, Aid is now going to go into the pits. That's quite a lucky one from where Carlsberg was. From where I could see it, from where Carlsberg was, about now Carlsberg goes up to second spot. Keyboard is still leading. He's got plenty of fuel. They are lap 10, 3 laps to go. With Carlsberg there carrying on in second. I think these two are trying to go as far as possible on these soft tyres. Then you got the Saint there in third. He's all on his own at the moment. Aid is his pit crew are playing musical statues now, seeing who can go. Oh no, they lost. Someone's lost already. They can't stay still, but they're literally. Aid is now just going into the pit box now. Fuzzy and Nudie are just coming out of La Source now. Nudie is chasing down Fuzzy, looking for that position. And Teddy Milk is there in 7th spot. He has got the mini egg all over his rear bumper, but the mini has got a half-second penalty that he's going to have to serve. But Minnie is all over Tiddy Milk here, looking for... Minnie's going for a move now on Tiddy Milk. Coming down towards Les Coombs. And he does get that position off of Tiddy Milk, but Tiddy Milk's come back at him, back on the outside. He's taking their position back. They're having a humdinger here as they come through Rivage once again. Oh, Tiddy Milk went out really wide there, so I think Tiddy Milk's gonna... That's given Minnie to go for a move, and he's pulled it off. Minnie's up to 7th now. Tiddy Milk's down to 8th, but now Tiddy Milk has even had a half-second penalty now as well. And our race leader, ladies and gentlemen, has on lap 11 has now come into the pits to change his first set of tyres. What is he going to be going on to? Carlsberg is carrying on, so he will take the lead for now. And the Saint will jump up to second plot. The question is going to be, how far down the grid is Keyboard going to drop? The Keyboard is in the pits at the moment. He is now leaving the pit box. Looks like all he's done is change his tyres. So Saint is up to second. Keyboard comes out of the pits in third. Yeah, Nudie in fourth. Is nowhere near Keyboard at the moment. So Keyboard only drops down to third, but he will most probably retake the lead once Carlsberg and Saint go back in the pits. Nudie there is in fourth place, all on his own, with Aid there in 5th. Minnie there is in 6th now, so he's making his way back up the grid after his mishap. DB there in 7th. Ginger Ninja is down there in 8th. He is catching DB as quickly as he can. Looking at their laps, not much difference between them. Looks like Ginger has one really bad lap for 3 minutes 18. Well, with DB there in 7th, Ginger Ninja there in 8th. Fazzy is now back out of the pits. He is now down in the 10th, but I think this may have been his second stop. He picks up a 3-second penalty. Pit lane infringements, ladies and gentlemen. So now that's going to cost him a little bit. With Pablo there in 9th, and Tiddy Milk coming out of the pits. Hopefully he can have better luck this time. And yep, he managed to get out without a penalty. Carlsberg is now into the pits. Oh, the All Saint has come off. The All Saint has come off. It's been a disaster, ladies and gentlemen. His car is now destroyed, and it's gonna come down from... And he comes through this. Oh, he looks like he hit the curb and it's spin him out, and he's hit the wall once again. Saying over the wall now. That's great. His car is totally totaled, and all the gods have sent the Saint down a brand new car to drive with a bit of damage. But that has obviously dropped him down to third now, but he's still got pit as well. So that allows an easy second place pass for Keyboard. Carlsberg is just entering the pits now. His pit crew are eager and ready and waiting to go to... I think he will probably just change tyres and that's it. I think Saint will do the same as well. Let's just stay on board with Colesberg and see what he does. His fuel is at 45. So he changes the tyres. And yep, no, he doesn't put any fuel in. He literally just changes the tyres and that's it. I think Sailor will probably do the same. But anyway, so Keyboard with Colesberg taking to the pits. Keyboard has retaken the lead. But he has a massive lead over Newley, who is in second spot. With Colesberg, he's coming out now in third, but he's come out just behind Aid and Minnie, who are third and fourth. Minnie is looking to try and get past the Aid here. Minnie is desperate, and I mean desperate, to get past the Aid. As they come down towards Rivards once again, Colesberg there in fifth is just looking on in suspense, thinking, let's hope they have a crash and then I can take them 2 positions from them. So they carry on going through the turn what has no name, and through Pouton once again for the 12th time. And they are 12, so we are more than halfway through this race now, ladies and gentlemen. There has been some great racing, some great passes and some great crashes. Anyway, the race leader there is, at the moment, he looks like looks like he's on cloud cuckoo land, being so far ahead of Nudie, but Keyboard will have to stop again, I believe, because he's run the soft tyres and the hard tyres, so he's still going to have, at some point, still run the mediums, I believe, so he's still got another pit stop. I think some of these might still have another pit stop. Oh no, Nudie is now going into the pits now for his second stop. So he will, I think he started on softs. Or he started on hards, I think. Yeah, he started on hards, went on to medium, so he will now be going on to the softs. But that's with him going in the pits. Aid is now up to second, but Minnie is there in third on his soft tyres. Looks like Aid gets that a little bit wrong. That allows Minnie to get past up to second and gives Colesberg the opening to get past, but Colesberg and Minnie are side by side, but it looks like Colesberg has slotted in just behind Minnie to allow him to go, because they don't want to try and go too wide through the Air Rouge as they race down Emil straight down towards Les Gums. Minnie is where he wants to be at the moment, in second place. Oh, looks like Aid's gone for a move on Colesberg, and he has not been able to pull it off. Went off for a late break by the looks of it, and he just was unable to pull it off. So Colesberg keeps that third place for the time being. But Aid is all over the Colesberg's car, looking to get that position off him, looking at what tyres are they on. They are both on me. Oh, Colesberg goes out very wide there. He could get a half-second penalty here. But that's with him going out wide. That's allowed Aid to go for the move. As they are side by side, Aid is now up into second with Colesberg down to... Aid is up to third with Colesberg down to fourth as they come through the next set of corners. DB is there just looking at the back of them, saying to him, licking his lips and hoping that they have a little coming together so he can take a couple of positions. And there's a massive gap to the Saint. He is all on his own, having to say his prayers, hoping that the guys in front of him will have a crash so he can close that gap. Nudie there in 7th position after his second pit stop of the race. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, he has now come out onto soft tyres. So let's see what he can do, see if he can make a charge at trying to beat Keyboard's fastest lap of a 2:32.1. Keyboard has now gone in the pits for his final stop, ladies and gentlemen. He was on the softs. He went on the medium hards. Now he will be on the mediums. Then a Fuzzy there in 8th, trying to close down Nudie. Tiddy Milk there in 9th. He's on his own, but he's not on his own. He's got the Ginger Ninja chasing him down in 10th position. And you've got Pablo Jr. in last. He hasn't had all of the best races here. He's had better races this season, and I think probably this is probably his worst, picking up a 3-second penalty coming out of pits and another half-second penalty. But anyway, lap 14 and Mini has currently got the lead, and he's got a quite decent gap over Aid now in 2nd, with Colbert there in 3rd, DB there in 4th. But where is the Keyboard captain? He is there in 5th, and he's just coming out of Les Coombs, so he's not too far away. So he will, unless he makes a mistake, once these guys ahead of him pit again, he will retake the lead on those medium tyres. But with Mini on lap 14 being in the lead, the question is going to be, when is he going to be pitted next? Because he has pitted hard and he has used softs, so he's still got to use mediums. Aid has used hards and mediums. I think he's got to use softs still. I've lost track of what tyres some people have been started on and what they've changed to. But anyway, as Mini comes through, is Mini can go in this lap? No, he doesn't. He carries on. So Aid and Colesberg carrying going. Colesberg is still chasing down the Aid, looking to still get that 2nd position off him. But at the moment, he's unable to close that gap enough to make a move on him. DB there is running nicely there in 4th. He's just trotting along, watching the guys in front of him. Then you got the Saint there, Keyboard there in 5th place. He's doing his best to close that gap on DB. He's unable to at the moment. Anyway, we got the Saint there. He's well behind Keyboard. Well, not that far behind Keyboard. Keyboard's just come out. It's just going down the hill from the source. And the Saint is going down the hill. Just going down the hill. But he does have a Nudie there on the soft tyres, chasing him down. Jesus says fastest lap of the race of a 1:32.299. I might just have a drink here. So anyway, like I say, so Nudie's there in 7th. Fuzzy is quite way back there in 8th. With the Ginger Ninja there, looking to try and close the gap, but not able to at the moment, and they're in 9th. And Tiddy Milk, they're in 10th. He had a good start. he was having quite a decent race, but I think he's just kind of mellowed out over these laps, and he's just drifted away a little bit. And now Pablo goes in to his next stop. Titty Milk just went out a bit wide there, so he could possibly pick up another half-second penalty. Yes, he does. So Titty Milk has now got a second penalty. That's going to give the Ginger Ninja a bit of a breather here. But anyway, like I was saying, so Pablo is now into the pits. Mini has come into the pits from the lead. Souls Colesberg, and so is DB. So that will allow Aid to take the lead. I think this will be the first time he's led the whole race. First time he's led the race, so he will take the lead. I believe Aid might have to make another stop. I'm not 100% sure. But in the meantime, Keyboard is up to second. Back up to second. Pablo is coming back out of the pits. Nudie, will Mini get out of the pits before Nudie gets there? Nudie's just coming through. Let's Eddie Rouge now. Mini's just come out of the pits. Is he going to do it? This is going to be a fast one. No. Nudie managed to get it, so Nudie's there, well and truly in third. Mini comes out of the pits in fourth position. He has a decent lead though over Fazzy. So we have got 3 laps left. Then Nudie there in third. Pablo's there ahead of him, so Pablo's been lapped. So Pablo's now lapped down now, fourth team. The Mini Egg there is in fourth. Fazzy there in fifth place. Colesberg there in sixth. With half-second penalty, DB there in seventh. The Ginger Ninja there in 8th, chasing down DB. I'm looking, let's see, so Ginger is on the softs. So we could see, let's see, Colesberg is on the hards as well. So, this is going to be an interesting one, because the 2 guys behind him, DB is on the mediums, Ginger is on the softs, and Colesberg's also got a service penalty. So anyway, like I was saying, Aid is now into the pits to change his tyres. That should give Keyboard the lead back. Now is Colesberg going to lose a couple of positions here? No, he was far enough ahead, but DB is now coming up beside him now saying, hello, I'm going to come and take that position off of you, my friend. But they are side by side going into the bus stop. Colesberg does a switch back there on DB, but DB did go out a bit wide there in the curb, so he could pick up a half-second penalty here. So Colesberg keeps that 6th spot with DB there in 7th and the Ginger Ninja there in 8th place. Looks like DB got that La Source all wrong, so that's allowed the Ginger Ninja to get ahead as they now come into Eddie Rouge for the 17th time. And you have Titty Milk there, he's on his own at the moment. You can see DB just down the road from him, as looks like Ginger Ninja's going for a move on Ginger Ninja as they come through Lescombe, and does he do it? Yes, he does. So that's Ginger now up to 6th position. Colesberg down to 7th. So Aid, obviously, he has come back out of the pits in 5th place. So lap 17. Keyboard has got the lead back now after all the pit stops and everything. Nudie is there in 2nd spot. And then Mini Egg, so looking at it this way, Keyboards must be about probably 5, 6, maybe 10 seconds ahead of Nudie. And there's probably about 15 seconds between Nudie and Mini. So I think Nudie could say he's quite safe there. Mini's going to serve his penalty there shortly. So that's going to, but it's going to put him under the knife by Fazzy, as Mini serves his penalty now, and Fazzy is bearing down on him in his medium tyres. They are both on medium tyres. Can Fazzy catch Mini before the bus stop? He is closing that gap gradually, but I don't think he's going to be able to. Just nope. The Mini got through the bus stop before Fazzy could get to him. Okay, Pablo goes out completely wide there. He is there in front, so he is right in the way now. He has got out of the way here. He's done the right thing. I think that didn't help Fazzy out. Unfortunately, that did not help. Fazzy is chasing Mini down, and Pablo getting in the way there did not help Fazzy at all there. That's allowed Mini to get away. My advice to people who get blue flags, just move out of the way. That's the best thing to do, just move. When you have a blue flag and you see the guys behind who want to lap you are battling each other, just move right away, because that affects other people's races. It's just unfortunate there, but that has allowed Mini to get away a little bit with it being on lap 18, so there is only so many laps for Fazzy to close the mini egg down. So they come through these set of corners. Nudie has a half-second. Nudie there in second. He's got a half-second penalty. He's now served it. And meanwhile, the keyboard captain, who has basically dominated this race, more or less, is now starting his final lap. 19 laps in, and it is the final lap, so there's 2 minutes 34 left of this race. So Nudie started his final lap as well. Mini's going to come around the bus stop to start his final lap as well, and so will Fazzy. Fazzy will be thinking, this is my final lap, I need to try and get that position. So, is Fazzy going to make any daring moves to try and pass Mini here? Or is he just going to stay where he is until they come out of the source for the final time? Aid there in 5th spot. He's being chased by the Ginger Ninja on those soft tyres, whereas Aid is on those hard tyres, and he hasn't got much fuel left either. Can the Ginger Ninja get into 5th spots? This is going to be an interesting one. Well, personally, Ginger is on the softs and Aid is on the hard, so yeah, I would say it's guaranteed for Ginger. But now Ginger has picked up half a second penalty, so Aid's now licking his lips and saying to himself, excellent, Now all I have to do is stay ahead of him until the penalty line, and then 5th place is mine. But then that's 5th and 6th. You got DB there in 7th. The question will be, is DB close enough? I don't think DB is not close enough to take that position off Ginger. They got Teddy Milk there in 8th position. He's got a second penalty to serve, so Colesberg should be able to take that position off of him. The same there in 10th position. And you got Pablo there, obviously in 13th position. I'll better go back to the leaders because Keyboard Captain is coming into the final stages through this final bus stop of the 19 laps, and Keyboard Captain comes home to take a victory in Belgium's Spa 24. Congratulations! Nudie will come home to finish in 2nd. The Mini will come home, being chased down fast and furious by the Fazzy, but Mini will take that 3rd position. So congratulations to him. Fazzy following right behind him in 4th. Aid will... Right, okay, so the time has cut short, so let's just try and see where everyone finished, roughly. Okay, so if I'm right, obviously Fuzzy finished in 4th, Ace finished 5th, Ginger finished 6th, DB finished 7th, Colesberg in 8th. And I'm just trying to see if, because right, yeah, so Keyboard took the lead, took the win, Nudie 2nd, Mini 4th, Age would have taken 5th, Ginger would have taken 6th, DB would have taken 7th, Tiddy Milks would have taken 8th, I think. Or did Colesberg get... Oh, I'm not sure there. But anyway, yeah, so that is round 8, ladies and gentlemen. It was a fantastic race. Now, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And you will see me next time for round 9, where we travel to the states of Watkins Glen, which I'm sure will be an amazing race. I will catch you again soon. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And bye-bye for now.